Hello, my friends on YouTube. Today is Sunday, the 21st of January 2024. Today's video is Islam, the religion of mercy. Let's see how merciful Islam and the founder of Islam are or were. To start, any idea or ideology, whether it's religious or secular, if it's good and useful and helpful to people, it will withstand the test of time. For example, until the coming of Galileo, the people thought that the earth is flat. Until this moment, because people didn't know better, they held on to that idea as if it was true. Now, if it was true, it would have continued on. But because it was false, when Galileo challenged that, his finding was the correct finding. Hence, people abandoned this idea that the earth is flat and they learned that it is round. And now Galileo's idea is the dominant one, although about, I would say, 7 years ago or so, a new group came up and they say the earth is flat once again, and they say they have their own theories and so on and so forth. Hey, good luck to you. You know, if it's really flat, then at certain point the people would correct their idea or their thought about this idea. Now, religions are the same, or rather similar. Okay, so any religion that it would stand the test of time, it has something good in it at least. So, for example, let's take the oldest religion is Hinduism, until the supposedly, if we consider Islam a religion, it's the last religion. All of these religions, some religion disappeared or being absorbed by other religions. However, the existing religions today, they definitely withstood the test of time, including Islam until now. We have to be honest. We have to say what it is. However, some withstood the test of time by intimidation. Okay? For example, the mafia withstood the test of time many times. There are criminals since the beginning of time. Okay? But that does not mean it's correct. However, there is always an end for any bad ideology or bad behavior. It finds its end sooner or later. Whether it's the earth was flat, now it's round, and now there's a new challenge. Who knows? I'm not saying I'm right, but I believe the earth is round. Anyway, that's beside the point. I'm just making this point to illustrate. Now, Islam is the religion of mercy. We have to see if that would withstand the test of time, or Islam altogether would withstand the test of time. Recently, I've been reading to see in Hadith all the good stuff that the Prophet of Allah left for us as a guide for humanity. And one of the wonderful Hadith, I'm not going to read it, it's nonsense. I'm sorry to say that, that's my opinion, it's nonsense. But if you want to read it, I'm going to put it in the description box for you to look at it. It says, I came to you with a slaughter, and he uses his hand to give this gesture to his people in Quraysh, the area where he was born and raised. And I remember when I was in Egypt, we have a saying. It says, if you cannot love your own people, it means if you cannot love your own, you will never be able to love anyone else. So let's say if I am Egyptian and I cannot love the Egyptian people, I will never be able to love Americans, French people, German people, or any other people. Okay, so here this guy telling his own people, I came to you with a slaughter, because they did not want to believe what he was saying. They knew it was false, so he used threats. I will slaughter you. Now, somebody, because I heard that, some people may say, oh, Jesus said something similar in the Bible, which I read. Yeah, it's similar in a way. He said something to the effect that burn people, I kill them, or something to that effect. Okay, how many people did Jesus kill with his own hands? None. How many army did Jesus send to invade other villages, towns, loot their wealth, kill their men, rape their women, and bring back the loots to give to Jesus? None. Any other religion had done the same. I know somebody may say, oh, the Jewish people invaded these tribes and that tribe, but I read that too. But when they did that, it was for self-preservation, because these nations are not leaving them in peace. It was like Hamas today, honestly. They wanted to get rid of the Jews or the Hebrew people. Okay, I'm sorry. If my neighbor is going to challenge my existence, to kill me, kill my wife and my children, and take over my home, you know what? It's justifiable to get a machine gun and go and kill him first. And that's what they have done. It's justifiable at this moment. And I'm not defending the Jews or standing with the Jews or the Christian or the Buddhist or the Hindu. No. But what do you expect from people sleeping in their homes, and you go attack them and you do that? And this, because it's directly connected to the founder of this ideology, what he had done in the past. Okay? So, when you know that Hamas, not just Hamas, ISIS, Boko Haram, Al-Shabaab, all these guys, all these branches stemming from the same source, from the same poisonous source, they all follow their leader, the example. Okay? It's the standard of conduct coming from the founder. So, are there Christian and Jews who violated their teaching or the book that they believe in? Yes, but this is personal violation, or country violated that. I didn't see Moses say, for example, are there people, Jewish people, who commit adultery? Yes, there are. What does that have to do with Moses? Nothing. Because Moses said, do not commit adultery. So if a Jewish person goes and commits adultery, that's his problem. And by the same token, the 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 the, the Messiah did not say hate your neighbor, for example. So if there is a Christian who hates his neighbor, that's his problem. Okay? Now, what did the founder of Islam say? He said, I came to you the slaughter because you do not accept me as a prophet. No other religious leader, none. Buddhism, Hinduism, Judaism, none. Except this guy, the founder of Islam. And the thing is, it was not figurative speech. It was literal speech. I know now, when I was searching this subject on the internet, on YouTube, so many Muslim leaders coming up to say, we're going to explain what does that mean. You're misunderstanding this. It's not as you think. And you have this army trying to explain what does that mean. This is not as you think. How do you know what I think? No, it is what I think. It is what people think. Why? Because the founder of Islam had done that, and his followers today are doing that. I'm going to give you an example that I repeated time and again. When he went to attack the city of Khaybar, the Jewish city of Khaybar, what did he do? He surrounded the city, the town. That town was fenced, so he surrounded the town that no food or water going in or out. So basically, he wanted them to starve, despite that they raised white banners that we don't want to fight. But he went to them with a slaughter. With a slaughter. What he did, he slaughtered the men. He ordered his army to slaughter all men, between 600 to 900 men. He took the daughter of the head of the tribe to rape. He asked the person who was in charge of the wealth, the money, the gold, and the silver, was the husband of the woman, the young lady whom he raped. He asked him, where is the wealth? Where is the money? Where is the gold, the silver? The young man, he was a newlywed guy. He didn't open his mouth. He didn't tell him. He took hot coal, burning coal, and put it on his chest to torture him, to say, where is the money? So, are you wondering why Hamas is doing what they are doing? How can you deny and say, oh, let me explain what does this hadith mean? This is what it means. He did that, the founder, the origin, the example. He did that. And he slaughtered the men of this tribe. And he himself, as an honor to the young lady, the daughter of the chief of the tribe. He killed her brother, by the way, but he honored the chief by raping his daughter. What an honor. Great honor. Thank you very much. And he gave the women, the rest of the women, divided among his army to have endless sex. Hey, We have many women. Well, are you going to let them go to waste? No, use them. Use them. So when you see, because one of the comments that came to me from last week about this little baby, I didn't have the heart to read the whole thing about it, or uh, uh, it's really difficult. But he told me that they raped the mother while they put the baby in the oven, and they forced the husband to watch his wife getting raped, and his son or his child is in the oven cooking alive. This is the religion of mercy. This you call the religion of mercy. I'm just wondering, you couldn't find any other name to describe it well. Even the mafia have more respect to human life than this. They, I mean, this is beyond, it's just hard to describe, really. But anyway, if we see now, after the coming of the internet, many people are, I have to admit, they are challenging all religions without exception. However, Islam is the most challenged religion today. Why? Because there is a lot of nonsense in it. There is no other reason. When you say, I came with a slaughter, and you are trying to justify that. No, you cannot. And the reason is, your behavior suggests that you came with a slaughter. You are living the words of your founder. When you rape the woman while her son is cooking or her daughter is cooking in the oven, you are doing like the founder. He burned the man with hot coal burning on his chest to tell him where is the wealth. He did that. So when they put a little baby, little child in the oven to cook alive, the founder done that. So you want, why should we blame Hamas? Why? Why should we blame ISIS for slaughtering people? Why? Or any of these sick people who believe in this ideology? Why? I am going to keep talking because this ideology, yes, ought to go. It's time to say thank you very much. That was a nonsense idea, like many other nonsense ideas that came to the world. We don't have to believe in them. We were deceived. The world was deceived. You who follow this nonsense are deceived. I have relatives who practically look at me as an enemy. They are deceived. They don't talk to me anymore. You are deceived. If you take a step back and look at this garbage, it's actually beyond garbage. You have to admit that this is garbage. And if you don't, you are deceived. And one day, you will wake up. There is a call that it is coming. Sooner or later, people now with the internet, they know everything for themselves. They study, they examine, they investigate. Until 50 years or so before, Islam was enjoying similar blanket like that it was covering the former Soviet Union, or like the blanket that is covering North Korea today. Isolated. And you can say it's wonderful, it's this, it's that. It's gone. And you know what? Many Muslim countries, Muslim leaders understood that. And they are coming out of it, including the birthplace of this founder, Saudi Arabia, Mecca. Mecca. Soon it will be a tourist uh, destination, and the people will go, and instead of visiting that black building, they probably will have bars there and sit and enjoy the night in the Sahara Desert of Arabia. It's coming. Thank you very much. We hope to hear from you.